Hi everyone, it's Jerry. July 3rd, 2015, there was a spectacular game of chess that was played. An immortal game, a game played between China's Wei Yi, playing on the white end, against Cuba's Lázaro Bruzón. This was held in Danzhou, China, a 6th annual tournament that was played there, a 10-player round-robin event. And this is a game that's a very high caliber game, a game that's up there with Kasparov versus Topalov 1999, the game in the century, Byrne versus Fischer, Nesmednov's Immortal. These are the games that kind of come to mind for me. They're not the only ones, just throwing a few out there, but it's that high caliber game. It's something that's really special. It just happened July 3rd. I'm recording this on July 4th. You may hear some fireworks in the background as I cover this video or cover this game. If you don't, at the very least, you will see some fireworks on board. Let's have a look. Game opens with e4. We have a Sicilian, and for the most part, these first 15 moves, I'll kind of skip right through them, or zip right through them. We'll get right into the action soon enough in this open Sicilian, this classical Scheveningen. All pieces getting mobilized. Bishop's out, knight's out, both sides are getting castled, black making sure the knight does not get kicked away. White will do similar with their knight on c3 soon enough. King h1, prophylactic move getting off of the diagonal, the open diagonal. Queen e1, shifting over towards the king side, g3, h3, more aggressive posts. Knight takes, bishop takes, preparing to now fianchetto. Queen g3, bishop b7, some pressure on e4. White stabilizes the knight. His pawn is immune from capture due to the threat on g7. This knight is not really an attacker of the pawn, in other words. A couple rooks get involved. The bishop is now optimal on the d3 square, eyeing h7 indirectly. Queen d8, queen h3, and what to do now as black, how to defend against these ideas of maybe e5, capturing the knight, opening up this diagonal, looking for mate on h7. Black needs to proceed with caution. Clearly, there are a lot of aggressive pieces here. These rooks are just waiting for one of these two pawns to make a capture so that they can be mobilized that much more. We want an opening up of the position, an open file, half open file. The rooks want something more to work with, so one of these two pawns will be moving in short order. In the game, we had g6, not the only move. Interesting one as I was preparing for this that popped up on the computer was rook to e8. It seems a little bit crazy. Is e5 working? Well, maybe not. Maybe not, because of something like this with rook takes bishop, pawn takes knight. It looks like we're ready for mate, but the bishop recaptures, and we're seeing the point of that rook to e8 move. It's vacating f8 for the king, and this bishop recaptures, vacating a further square on e7 for the king to run to in case of queen takes h7 and queen to h8. In the game, however, instead of rook to e8, we're having g6. We're still following theory, keep in mind. This has been seen before. I will point out where we have the first novelty. f5 is on board, engaging with the black side. There will be some capture. The f-pawn will make a capture. The f-file will be peeled open soon enough. e5, bishop back, rook to e8. This now gives white a window of opportunity. White is able to now strike. The iron is hot. Black is vulnerable due to their last move. How can we take advantage of that on the white side? As the follow-up, f takes g, h takes, and now knight to d5. This is the first new move of the position. What is this looking to do? It's looking to eliminate black's best piece, the knight on f6. It's the best piece because it's the best defensive piece, and black needs a lot of defense. Trying to remove this guy. Knight takes knight. If bishop takes, we can have pawn takes. It's difficult to find a good move for black at this stage. One of the moves the computer is pointing out is rook b7. There can then follow queen f3, pressure on f7, something difficult to defend. And don't forget about the g-pawn, who can help dislodge the knight from f6. White has all of their pieces working. Bishops, rooks, queen, and the g-pawn can have a say in the position, looking to, again, dislodge that strong knight on f6. In the game, however, it was not bishop takes knight, but instead knight takes knight, and of course we recapture. That's what we're used to doing. That's the knee-jerk reaction, but we don't have that here. Instead, rook takes f7. Not caring to recapture the piece, White got exactly what he wanted with the knight d5 move, which is to remove the knight from the f6 square. Not remove the knight from the board, just remove the knight from the f6 square, clearing the way for this sacrifice on f7, the weakened square, as a result of that rook e8 move. Not much you can do, but take the rook. Queen h7 is the mate. King takes rook, queen h7, king e6. He's getting walked towards the center. What else is there? King here. That's a quick mate in one. King is getting pulled right towards the center, pulled even more towards the center with pawn takes knight, king takes pawn. On bishop takes pawn, there would follow bishop takes g6, and there's just too many threats. Queen check, bishop check, don't forget about h3 either. There isn't a good defense in this position. Instead, king takes pawn, and now what to do? The king is ready to escape to c6, and once he's there, you're not stopping him from getting to c7, and there's no further attack. What do you do as white? Invest some more material, a full piece in this case, to accomplish what exactly? To lure the king closer to the center, which gives white time to get the queen involved. King takes bishop. And this is part of what makes this game so special right here. What we just saw was a bunch of material invested with those last few moves, and now all of a sudden, something quiet. Queen to f7. It's not a move that captures anything. It's not a move that gives a direct check, but it's one of those silent but deadly moves. One that is threatening, in this position, white is threatening 6 different checkmates. Queen f3, and several bishop moves, all of which are going to be discovered checks. Any of these 5 squares would be checkmate. There's only one way you could prevent that. Bishop f6, and we have a couple, a little bit of a repetition here with bishop giving a discovery, king d4, bishop back, and now white comes up with yet another silent move, queen b3, but again, still throwing a great punch. In this case here, queen d3 is now threatened. There's only one way you can stop queen to d3 mate, and that is to run with your king. King f5, rook f1, king g4, queen d3, again another silent move, threatening this time queen d1 or queen to e2, and mate is very soon to follow, with white controlling these 2 diagonals here. What's tried is bishop takes g2, investing some material, trying to make the white king a little bit vulnerable, hoping for some defense, but there is no defense. There hasn't been a defense since rook takes f7. Bishop takes g2, just pointing out one other try if bishop here, just to emphasize these diagonals. Right here, we would have queen d1 check or queen e2, king h4, bishop f2, mate. What was tried is bishop takes g2, king takes, the queen is now giving a check, king g1, bishop g5, preparing to run away in this direction, but there's no time. Queen e2, king h4, bishop f2, king g3, king h3, what a walk this king has had so far. If we map that out, bishop e1 is the final move of the game. Yet another, I should say, silent move, and this one is the one that makes black bend. This is the one that made black resign right here. What is the threat exactly? Rook f3. And there's not going to be a way to stop that successfully. For example, rook here, we can in fact just take that rook. On queen takes rook, queen g2 is mate. There's not a successful defense against this idea of rook to f3 in this position. What an amazing game. Again, it's at this point that black resigns. An amazing king walk, a fantastic attack. This idea of dropping the knight in there and not even recapturing, just having him cleared out of there to sacrifice on f7, luring the king away. This is worth another look, just zipping right to that critical point right here. Sacrificing on f7, first with this knight d5, the first novelty. Knight takes, not even recapturing, just smashing through. King walk getting pulled towards the center, investing that piece right here, and then a moment of pause right here. That silent move, threatening all sorts of mates. Bishop moves with mate, queen f3 with mate. It's the only stop to it. We repeat a little bit, and then the queen with some more silent moves, but all the time throwing these mate and one or two move combinations, and it was just too much. An amazing game. Feel free to leave any comments to this video. It's really up there. High quality game. I enjoyed covering it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Again, feel free to leave any comments in the comment section below to this video. And as always, I hope you enjoyed it. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.